You are listening to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast, the podcast for the off-roader with the short attention span.
Episode 12. Help me! This portion of the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast brought to you by a $7 tube of RTV. Want to pay $7 for just $1 worth of RTV? Try buying that big $7 tube of RTV. That's RTV, the gasket maker of choice. Holding Jeeps together since 1972. Hey, this is Nikki G, and welcome to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast, where I will inform, entertain, and delight you about everything off-road for about the next 10 minutes or so. Why 10 minutes? Well, I don't know. Well, I guess last week we did hit the 10-minute mark. So congratulations to me for rambling on for 10 minutes. So before we get started, I want to express the importance of wheeling with somebody. Don't go out on heavy trails alone. Don't do rock crawling alone. If you could, I guess overlanding is quite all right if you're on some like mild roads. But even then, you should have somebody with you in case, you have a medical emergency or something happens. This past weekend, I was up in Uwharrie, and I was going up the backside of Daniel with some friends. And a few people that are not too familiar with Daniel, it's one of the gnarliest trails out there. It's, I've seen worse. I haven't been on worse. But then I am yet to complete this trail because my rig is just not, well, I guess it is capable, but I'm never up there with people that want to try it. But so anyhow, this past weekend I was up there with some people that have been up and down Daniel many times and want to try it. And they encouraged me, said I could do it. They'll keep an eye on me. And so I'm on the easy part of the hardest trail. It's where it gets into a little bit of rocks. And the Jeep in front of me crawled up, went up a ledge, and started going up a rock formation. Easy peasy. So I followed him exactly where my wheels went on with his. Now, he's got a JK, and I had to have an XJ. I don't know if our wheel width is different. But anyhow, my back wheel slid off a rock while my front wheel was going up a rock. My front driver's wheel was uphill, and my rear passenger wheel was in a hole, which kind of left me teetering on two wheels. And I don't know how close I was to the breakover point to rolling over and going turtle, but it felt close, and it kept creeping up and up. By the time I could grab my CB and yell for help, the guy in front of me was about 100 feet in front of me, stopped, and he come running out, and he grabbed my rock rail, which was about chest high to him at the time. And as soon as he grabbed it, I felt the center of gravity shift. I felt myself coming back to earth, and I was immediately relieved. And then so he kind of held on to my Jeep while the guy in front of me kind of spotted me going backwards down this big crusty thing that I was stuck on. I literally had two wheels in the air and in a very off-camber situation. Highly outside my comfort zone. I don't know if everybody else kind of looked calm and collective about it, but I kept making a joke for the rest of the day that I wet my pants, and I did. I don't mind damaging my Jeep a little. Nobody wants to do it, but it's part of the hobby. I don't have an expensive rig. Matter of fact, the Jeep body portion is probably the cheapest part of my rig. Everything else is in all the parts that I could easily move over to another rig. But with that being said, who wants to roll over? Who wants the extra work, I guess, to ride it? And if you can get it started and get it driving home, and then, your doors don't shut right after that. It's the XJ's on a unibody. You roll a frame on, body on frame, you can kind of pound things straight and survive it. The unibody, it'll never be right again. So I didn't really want to do it. I was scared of doing it. Wheeling with friends, if I was out there by myself, I would have been turtle up, I believe. And even if I didn't roll the Jeep, there's no way I could have been able to traverse backwards through that formation without somebody spotting me and getting into worse situations. So I know this has been dragging on for about 5 minutes now, but that being said, don't wheel alone. Bring a friend with you. If you're in my neck of the woods, call me. I'll go any weekend I can. Get on Facebook. Join your local Facebook groups, social media, and post. I don't use Facebook too much. I don't post on there, mostly because my mom likes to hassle me about things like, why are you going wheeling when you should be mowing your grass and stuff like that. But yeah, get on social media, post up, hey, who wants to go check out this trail with me this weekend? People are always willing to. I've met lots of nice people doing that. And, and the good thing about it is if you go, you wheel with them, you're in your vehicle, they're in theirs, so you don't really have to talk to them if you don't hit it off. And if you guys don't like each other, then you just, hey, it's been nice and fun, but, you just don't do it again. But I have never come across that situation. Everybody I've met on the trail, and I say Jeep, but it's the whole off-road community. Everybody, it's a brotherhood. So if you're thinking about off-roading, buy yourself an off-road vehicle, and instantly you have a million friends with only one thing in common, but you're best friends for a weekend. And it's great. And I met one jerk in my life out on the trails, and he wasn't with our group. And he was wheeling alone, so which kind of explains everything. All right, I'm at the 7-minute mark, and I didn't even have to talk about anything. All right, so I still want to get to the question of the month, which is Angry Eye Grills. Why are these Jeeps so upset? I'd say it's a trail thing, but I see them angry in the parking lots. I see them angry on the trails. It's, come on, you're a Jeep. You should be smiles and happy. And so I posted on social media, I asked the question, and I got a lot of response. And I'm still collecting data, so I'm not going to read them just yet. But a majority of the people said no, they don't like the Angry Eye Grills. Now, I guess that's the majority of the people that would answer polls and surveys on social media don't like Angry Eye Grills. But I see them a lot, and I don't hate them. They're not for me. I don't like the look. I like the clean look of just a regular grill. Maybe some Jeep grill inserts like a flag or whatever you prefer. But the Angry Eyes, I don't get it. I don't like it. But it's your Jeep, and I will never ever poke fun of it because it's your Jeep and you do it the way you like it. Now, if you raise it up 6 inches and put 30-inch rims on it with those little rubber band tires, then I'm going to make fun of you on that. I draw the line. And chrome, too. I hate chrome on a truck or a Jeep. Chrome belongs on 1955 Chevys and, gassers and show cars. They don't belong on an off-road vehicle. And that being said, my brother's got a chrome bumper on his big four-wheel drive F250 or E250 van. But I'm thinking about, he doesn't know I have the bumper in my backyard, but I'm thinking about taking it to a shop, getting it, I don't know, D-chrome. Can you do that? But anyhow, I hate chrome. Chrome sucks. All right, so I think I'm close enough to the 10-minute mark. And, like to say, apologize for not having a show last week, but wheeling gets in the way every weekend. This is the first weekend I didn't go wheeling, but I did go wheeling during the weekday. I took a day off work. I know that's bad. I played hooky. And speaking of that, I'd like to give a shout out to the Carolina Trails Off-Road. If you guys are in the Carolinas or visiting the Carolinas, even if you're not going wheeling, contact Carolina Trails Off-Road. They're very active on their Facebook page. And they have a website. I think it's carolinatrailsoffroad.com. But contact them. Even if you're not going wheeling, grab a burger with these guys. They are awesome people to hang out with. I love them to death. Every time they're up my way, I try to hook up with them. I'd say when I'm down their way, I'd hook up with them, but I'm never down that way. They're in the South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area. I think Florence or Conway, somewhere around there. So if you're down in Myrtle Beach way, check them out. Good bunch of people. All right, so thanks for listening, tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I couldn't do this without you. The feedback I get from you guys are amazing. You can catch the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast on Apple Play or Apple Podcast, Google Play, Podbean. Yeah, I know that's a real thing. I've never heard of it too, but it's a free hosting site for podcasts, and I'm all about free. You can contact us on. We have a Facebook page that I monitor. I don't post on it too often, but it's 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. And we also are on the Instagram at 10-Minute Off-Road. And we are on Twitter at 10-Minute Off-Road. And you could email us at 10minuteoffroad@gmail.com. All right, until the next time. I like to say next week, but this thing's turning out every other week. So until next time, this is Nicky G saying, wheel what you got and be happy.